What is up, guys? We are going on to game number 2 of this Rising Empires series finale of the October monthly here, and it's Divine in this northern side as the English versus DrDabston in the southern side as the Abbasid. And we already saw it. Divine, he loves to Vanguard Men at Arms rush in this matchup. He sends 3 men at arms, and he will cover all the stone. He'll try to pressure down the gold at the beginning, try to pressure down additional golds, and this is not a good map generation for DrDabston to be able to react to this. So let's see what the reaction will be. Let's see if DrDabston scouts this out, if he knows Divine, if he's played against Divine a couple times. I know this. I've seen this quite a bit. He does this every single time in this matchup. Even if they played the map yet again, he would do the exact same strategy. So first men at arms pops out in reaction. There we go. We should see some more vills actually pulled. I think right now DrDabston should pull more vills and go to the gold, try to get enough gold for not only age up but also fresh foodstuffs as well, because you should be able to grab this. 1 men at arms is not enough damage to full deny off of gold. You can just pull back the vills as they take a little bit of damage, like 3 or 4 swings, then pull them back. The 478 goes towards the monthlies for low elo legends as well as the War Chief Club. So if you're interested in signing up, again, join the Discord or just message me and I will get you all the information to jump on in the tournaments whenever. And there'll be a little bit of a different structure probably going on next month as well, so we'll see. But the first men at arms trying to look for that spot to find some damage. But one thing you'll notice, Divine, he hasn't done a real good job scouting yet. Doesn't know where to pressure, and there it is. He finds out the gold, and what will be the reaction from DrDabston? He doesn't yet have enough gold. I'm not really sure. He saw the men at arms, and I don't know why he didn't pull more vills and go over to this gold. He kind of just sat with the same amount, and again, he could have sat on this gold a little bit longer, didn't opt to do so. Pulls off the gold. We'll go ahead and drop this off, and these men at arms going ahead and burning down this mining camp. So no fresh foodstuffs will be able to be snagged, but age up will not be denied. Third men at arms coming out, just how I mentioned, should try to circle around, go for the secondary gold as well as the secondary stone. And Divine, or initial stone, sorry. And Divine immediately spots that out, and I'm sure this third men at arms will run right that way. While these first two, they're gonna find way more damage than the mining camp. This house is actually something useful that will immediately have to be dealt with. And you might not think that 50 wood is a lot, but 50 wood delays that second town center and is just a big annoyance. Delays up having this golden age structure bonuses that you end up wanting. Outpost attempting to be built. This is the reaction from DrDabston. This is not going to be enough. Men at arms trying to burn down this outpost, and another vill goes to heal up the house. Divine moves back for the mining camp, and another house being built. So DrDabston having to react heavily. There's not going to be any stone being gathered yet. A ton of this wood's being invested, and not even to any military buildings. A lot of times the reaction is just let the mining camp go down, wait for a camel archer, and then deny some of this with a camel archer. Instead, DrDabston invests a ton into an outpost, and just a lot of idle time for some of these vills. And it wasn't even like it was just one single vill building the outpost. There were multiple. And the 3 men at arms run right back to that house, start burning it down. Divine wants to force idle time out of DrDabston, and instead DrDabston's just going to jump in there with the scout, start to do a little bit of damage to those men at arms who are not quite tanky enough to deal with anything. Villagers moving back onto the gold. They don't need too much for the fresh foodstuffs, and this is really the key. This is all that DrDabston needs to deal with feudal age stuff, is the fresh foodstuffs. 4 villagers inside. He's idling 4 villagers. Instead, I would have loved to just see 4 villagers go and grab this. As 3 men at arms, they're not enough to one hit. You can just pull back every single vill as they get hit. All right, DrDabston, there we go. A little bit of extra idle time as needed, but even still, is still sitting okay. Hits feudal age, starts his fresh foodstuffs, and has moved on over to the stone that has not yet been pressured by these men-at-arms, but they are surely going to be. And this is why, again, this outpost, not the greatest thing. Would have loved to see him just pull more vills to the gold earlier. And now, look at this reaction here. This outpost, there's no way. And now all this idling back and forth, instead of doing this with outposts, he could have been doing this with the actual gold and just gathering it, and gathered that last bit that he needed, and then already been at the point he's at. First Camel Archer needs to be queued up. Doesn't quite have enough food though. And Divine, he starts to run away. I honestly would love to see this outpost canceled. Actually, I guess it took a lot of damage. Canceling wouldn't give you all the wood back. But DrDabston trying to stay steady and secure. Divine just now going up to his feudal age. So it is quite a delayed feudal age, but Divine has just built in a ton of farms, a full set of farms behind all this, and will definitely start pumping out more men-at-arms eventually, but looks like he will first be taking a secondary town center. Wants to match that on the side of DrDabston. It's 25-4 for Divine. It's 25-1 for DrDabston. So at this point in time, I think if you're Divine, you're kind of happy about the start. You denied a lot. You forced 2 outposts. So this is 200 wood that DrDabston had to utilize at home for defenses instead of getting a secondary TC faster, instead of getting more military production or things that could be a little bit more useful in the long term. There's still no wheelbarrow out. The second TC probably not dropped at the most preferable spot, but still not the worst spot. Securing up his gold, and will secure up these deer-ish. Still might be pressured just a bit. Camel Archer trying to circle around, trying to do a little bit of damage, but as you see, there are already a few longbows out. And if I know Divine, he does not actually end up building a ton of spears. He ends up going more with that men-at-arms longbow composition. But as I say that, I am immediately corrected, as a few spearmen will come into the mix, but I think it still will be mainly longbows and men-at-arms coming into the mix. That second town center working nice and fine for DrDabston. Divine, oh, it's not actually going to be a second town center for Divine. Only 2 vills on the stone means that he wants an aggressive outpost, and this is going to be for outpost upgrades. Tons of vills onto the wood, and a villager moving on forward, looking like this might be the time where Divine, he starts to take advantage here. And DrDabston, he looks like he might be going a little greedy, still on top of that stone, already has enough for a 3rd town center, and is he gonna go for a 4th? You can see where Divine wants that first initial outpost, but that unfortunately will not be a site that he will be able to secure, as there is a town center right on next to that. So might have to be a little bit more conservative with his first outpost, maybe right here in the stealth forest, which will actually not allow vision. If you'll notice, we're going to switch over to DrDabston's vision real quick. He cannot see a ton of vision into the stealth forest, so we don't really know exactly what's going down. But the outpost getting dropped in the stealth forest, villager being denied off of the outpost in the middle, and gets taken down without too much damage coming out. 1 longbow lost, but 1 longbow for 1 vill is definitely worth that trade any day of the week. 3rd town center finishes up for DrDabston, and Divine is looking like he is going to go all in feudal age. He's got the blacksmith, he's got longbows in production, he's got men-at-arms non-stop production, and he is ready to get some outpost upgrades, as he has more than enough stone in the bank for that as well. Siege engineering is going to come through after steeled arrow. So first is going to come with steeled arrow. A little bit of extra damage for those longbows. Maybe help snipe out a scout. Maybe help snipe out some villagers a little bit easier. And the second outpost moving forward to be built. Just again, just taking that next step forward. But the villagers are having to move out from DrDabston. And where are they moving to? It looks like some berries. Deer in the bottom. Deer in the bottom. I'm so confused. What the hell? All right, he's just circling all the way around for some aggressive food. Has a couple horsemen taking out some longbows. Sorry, I was just like at a loss for words, wondering what this Vil mass was doing. But he really needs, what, 20 Vils to be working during this time as Divine is about to all in one of his town centers. And he's, again, a mass expedition with 11 Vils. Still trying to take in some reinforcements, but Divine, he has more than enough forward right now to take down this town center. And not only that, he's taking more and more of the map control. I wouldn't be surprised to see this villager drop an outpost dead center of both of these wood lines, which has the House of Wisdom under it, which is the main landmark of the Abbasid. If this thing gets focused, if this thing gets taken down, there's no aging up. Villagers finally find their way and still haven't found their way in the west. So this is just so much time lost. I feel like this is like a play that, like, if you're planning on doing like a keep drop once Castle Age hits, it makes sense. What? Oh my god. Horsemen running through, going for an attempted raid on the wood line, but double rams on top of that secondary town center. There's not even villagers here. There's no villagers near. All right, bye-bye town center. Just no villagers to protect it. No villagers even to jump inside to help even make this cost something for Divine. This is literally just a free town center right now. Horsemen did a little bit of good job raiding. They denied a house. They denied a little bit of this wood eco, which means no longbows, which means no extra rams. But that only matters if you kill longbows and you kill rams. Wood being retaken on the front side as would be expected, and so that wood income will start coming right back in. But now another couple food villagers. It's 63 for DrDabston, it's 38 for Divine, but there's 37 military. And what was I saying? It's not an outpost in the next to the House of Wisdom. It's just going even more forward on top of that main gold. Horsemen trying to be massed up, camel archers trying to be massed up, but this is not enough military whatsoever. Horsemen still denying the food vills, but Divine, he has no war in the world. He's still got 300 food in the bank. He can still keep producing units. He's back on top of that wood line. He is nice and secure. Massive horsemen looking like they're going to try to pick off some reinforcing units, but I mean, well, 3 longbows and a men-at-arms? Doesn't seem like that's going to make enough of a difference here. The ram, if that's get taken down, that will be a little bit of a delay, but we just saw the 3rd ram come up. This is looking really good for Divine. It looks like DrDabston was a little bit too greedy. Honestly, the mass expedition on those vills really might have been what costed him, as this could have been just the difference in some of these unit masses. You don't have any villagers at home to burn down the rams. You don't have anything to defend yourself, and this is your main town center. You're sending now your military to jump inside the town center to try to help fire down, try to kill down some of these longbows. But the town center's still looking like it's going to go down. More reinforcements coming in, trying to do all the damage they can. Outposts going down as well. It definitely end up being secure. Divine immediately going to upgrade that as well, and will be so hard to get taken down. Look at all of this men-at-arm mass. Look at these longbows. They're just sniping down everything. And DimTom's just trickling in. Horsemen, a few horsemen at a time. The villagers, the horsemen inside, and the camel archer immediately get taken down from all these longbows. And now the House of Wisdom is getting focused. Vill's getting pulled. Horsemen getting pulled. DimTom is all in to try to defend this. He needs to burn down the rams. Just take down all of the rams. Divine's only at 39 vills. DimTom will be okay if he can just burn down the rams. He's not burning down the rams. Maybe if he burnt down the rams, gave himself some extra timing, but still no pressure coming in on Divine's eco, and he needs more military. He needs more of a mass. He's trying to fast rebuild his town center. House of Wisdom's getting focused. He's taking the fight too early. He doesn't have the mass he needs. He needs to be a little bit more patient. Villagers running around. One of the rams at 18 health. This thing needs to be focused ASAP. It does not need to be rebuilt. He needs to burn the rams. And horsemen again just being trickled in. There's nothing he can do. He doesn't have enough. This is going to be over. Once this outpost goes up, there's no way. And there it is. DimTom. He wants to get it out of this game, out of the outpost, out of the longbows, out of the Vanguard Men-at-Arm rush, and go into next game. Much quicker than the first, but now we're going to be going into game number 3 of this Rising Empires tournament. So let's see who can end up catching the next. If you're watching this on YouTube, sub, throw the thumbs up button, and check out the next game. If you're watching on Twitch, thanks for showing out.